Ryan. It's good to see you. I'm good. How are you? I hope we get to play some COD later. Nezzy, B, welcome up. So today, this is Coffee and Criminals. So today's breaking news is Ron Jeremy has been released from custody to go home after 30 counts of rape. I will get started right after the intro. Good morning. I would like to welcome up our special guest, B. Oh, we have another special guest. Get to know.
What's up?
Welcome
this
up.
makes me
Did I
sick.
freeze? I hope I didn't freeze. I think I froze. Oh, there we go. That's
What's up,
not
B?
what I wanted.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going another day, you know.
So, have either of you ever heard of Ron Jeremy? Anybody that was from the 60s, 70s, or 80s has probably heard of Ron Jeremy. He was a famous porn star.
He's a Neanderthal pig.
It's not very good looking. I've met this guy. I know this guy. Not very good looking at all. But he did make quite the coming back in the 70s. Well, Ron Jeremy, this is via U.S. News. Porn star actor Ron Jeremy was declared mentally incompetent. So basically what he did, got charged with 30 counts of rape and said, you know what? I'm not mentally sane. And has been released. But I'll get into the details here in a minute. B, what are your familiarity with Ron Jeremy? How do you know who Ron Jeremy is?
He's been on TV. He's like you said, he's an adult movie star. But I'm so confused by this already. It's how do you get you were charged? It's not like he just did. Even if you're, I'm all over the place. So how are you deemed incompetent? You're currently incompetent. Were you not incompetent when you were making tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars making these films and at the same time doing these things?
I'll bet you that's right.
You haven't been incompetent for the last 30 years. I don't know. I'm really. If that was the case, every convicted killer or person convicted of a crime from 30 years ago is going to sit in prison and say, "Oh, I'm incompetent now. Let me go." This is ridiculous.
Did I get dropped off?
No, you're still here.
Okay, I can't type in chat. I'm trying to say good to Sister Nez. Get to know.
Yes, ma'am.
You tell me how you know who Ron Jeremy is.
Well, even though I haven't seen any of his adult videos, I know he's an adult film star. He's also an actor in other movies like The Boondock Saints and a few other ones. I know that he's a Neanderthal pig, and I'm willing to bet just about anything that his incompetency he claims to have for being in court or whatever, he's going to use about him being a porn star and how it probably corrupted his brain into thinking that whatever he was doing with women whenever he wanted was okay. So, and leave it to the good old American justice system to slap a rapist or a pedophile on the hand and let him go home. Way to go, justice system. Way to go.
No doubt. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of internet issues at the moment. Go figure.
This is ridiculous. We have a lot of mentally unstable convicted killers that are locked away in the system. Do we just let them go too because they're mentally unstable? You weren't You can't be mentally unstable for 30 years of your life while making a good income, and then out of nowhere decide when you're convicted of a crime that you're no longer mentally able to, do anything. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's up there. It's up there ways for me. But when it comes to our justice system and our judicial system, it doesn't surprise me anymore. None of this shit surprises me anymore. What's going on with our judicial system and the way judges and prosecuting attorneys handle these kind of cases and shit. It really don't. It really don't. That's for sure.
No doubt. So, wow, I'm echoing. I'm not sure from where. Let me, you two hold it down. Let me reload my StreamYard.
Here we go.
Okay. It's just you, me, and them big old man titties you got going on there, bud.
Hey, you just leave my man titties alone.
I can't, dude. I'm like a moth to a flame with those son of bitches, man. It's just like I just want to like come up underneath them and like titty tap them a little bit, you know? Bang, ding, 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 bing, bing, you know? Like,
Hey, look, my eyes are up here. Just remember that.
I come back
well,
in and all I hear is a mouth to a flame is burned by the fire.
I'm talking about B's big old man titties there he's got going on, you know? I'm just like a moth to a flame. I just can't keep my eyes off him. Please don't put him on full screen, Pinky. Please don't do it. You'll kill me here.
Okay, so let's get into this, you guys. This is very, very intriguing to me because I know this person personally. And I
Really?
met him back in the early 90s. And even back then, I was not fond of him. I didn't trust him. He was creepy. He was very pushy. And there's quite a few women that I've worked with over my time, and they've told me about his bad behavior. And I'm surprised that it took this long for him to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's start off with him being declared mentally incompetent. Goodness gracious. So the Los Angeles judge on Tuesday declared that the porn performer, Ron Jeremy, is mentally incompetent to stand trial on dozens of rape charges and sexual assault counters. Superior Judge Ronald S. Harris, who's probably a fan, Mr. Harris, said in a hearing that after reviewing reports from both prosecutors and Jeremy's defense that he is incurable and neurocognitive. So, like, his brain isn't working properly, that there has been a serious decline in his mental status. Prosecutors asked that he periodically be evaluated. The hearing on placing the 69-year-old Jeremy, whose legal name is Ronald Jeremy Hyatt, in a state hospital would be held next month. But from what I read earlier, they said there's no mental hospital that would take him. Why? Because so that he could assault his nurses. Jeremy pled not guilty after the grand jury indicted him on 34 counts of sexual assault, including 12 counts of rape. And this was only in LA. This doesn't include any other state that this man has been present in. He also worked for places like the Men's Club in Reno, Nevada. He also worked at the Bunny Ranch in Carson, Nevada. He was a limo driver for the Bunny Ranch, and he would get women inside the limo and assault them. Those cases are not even on here. And I knew those women personally. He was arrested 2 years ago. He said he was found, he said he would be found innocent of all charges. Jeremy's attorney, Stuart Goldfrapp, I guess is what his name is, said in an email 2 years after this had started. He says, I received and I believe he would have been found innocent. It's unfortunate due to mental condition that he did not get to go to trial or have the opportunity to clear his name. No. So I tagged quite a few places in this stream of persons who may know the women that were assaulted in Nevada, not just LA. Jeremy, who was reminded, who remained in jail since his arrest of 2020, did not attend his hearing. An email seeking comment Tuesday from the district attorney's office was not immediately returned. Jeremy has been among the best known, most prolific actors in the porn industry for decades and has become recognizable in pop culture. Let's see here. In top reality shows, public appearances, and in music videos. He has long been a magnet for seekers of autographs and selfies. Well, it's because they don't know him personally, which is kind of crazy because people get these ideas of what people are like until they know them up front and in person. I mentioned, I believe it wasn't yesterday, it was day before yesterday, the live stream I had, and I said, I know of 2 attorneys that would travel out of the country to be with ladies that were underage. Those attorneys are still free. They have not been indicted yet. But they gloated about it, about their, what do you call it? Like their little things they do. And they have yet to be caught because those things took place in a country that underage trafficking is okay. According to the transcripts of the grand jury testimony from the women and girls obtained by the Associated Press, Jeremy is accused of luring them into a small, secluded space, often the bathroom of West Hollywood Bar, the bar and grill. He frequently traps them and sexually assaults them. His attorney has said that Jeremy is innocent, but yet was indicted.
I have to keep my mic muted. I'm freaking out here. This is bullshit.
Well, I just found some more things that are a little more disturbing. His accusations don't just end there. They show a model that he attacked that worked at a radio station in Tacoma, Washington. They show a 15-year-old that he attacked. They say there's a 47-year-old British woman that he attacked. I mean, his Rolling Stone has an article on 21 women that he attacked. Like, he has a ridiculous history of these type of crimes. I mean, I get it that, I'm all for the, guilt or innocent until proven guilty. But if 75 people accuse you in different parts of the world, not just in one state, one city, but all over the world accuse you of a specific thing, you're probably doing it. But like if someone said I committed fraud, and I said, oh, it only happened 7 times, I would sound ridiculous. If I was scamming,
it only happened 7 times with 7 different women in 7 different parts of the world.
Exactly. If I
that
was
may not know each other,
money, regardless of the crime, it sounds stupid to say, okay, yeah, it's only happened more than once, but they're all just coincidences.
I am leaving my mic muted. I'm ready to smash shit already. This is a perfect example of how fucked our judicial system is, dude. When somebody like him can legitimately get off charges for some bogus ass claim like that, there's not much hope left for our judicial system and for what's right with the law. There's really not.
And that's what I was saying. I mean, you think of all the convicted murderers that now,
Yeah.
they're in prison. They suffer from dementia. So now what? They should be let go?
right, to their own home.
Yeah. I mean, like my wife just said, she's like, look at Charles Manson. I mean, did he do something wrong? Yeah, he instructed some people to go kill some people, but he spent his entire life in prison for murder, and he never killed anybody. But yet, this dude raped how many people? Huh?
23
The
different
numbers are
women.
unknown. Like I
So
said,
here,
Yeah.
okay, so from the New York Post, and I will read this directly from the New York Post, and I will post the link to it, and then I will also share screen. Um, let me scroll down. So via the New York Post, Jeremy's attorney shared that the private residence is still unknown. Concerns over the accused rapist dwindling health concerns started when his criminal defense attorney, Mr. Goldfarb, told the judge his client didn't recognize him. This is the help to plead insanity. Okay. This is not legitimate. This is the help to plead insanity. Okay. He's not competent to go onto trial. He's not been proven guilty. He's charged with serious felony. What do you do with him? Goldfarb said, according to the outlet, most importantly, how do you protect the public? Equally as important is how do you protect his civil rights? He shouldn't have civil rights after doing what he's done to women and children. There's children involved. Yes. He ends up in a facility that is secure so the public is not at risk and he doesn't have to be housed in prison. Jeremy has been in jail since his arrest of 2020. Jeremy's real name again is Ron Jeremy Hyatt. He was first charged with multiple counts of sexual assault in 2020 when 4 women accused him of attacking them in bars on Sunset Strip in Hollywood. Allegations against Jeremy exploded after dozens of women contacted the LA County Sheriff's Department with accusations of groping and rape that had spanned decades, including one allegation that he was accused of committing lewd acts in front of a 15-year-old at a party in Santa Clarita. In 2021, 34 criminal counts were brought against Jeremy based on the allegations by 23 different women dating back to 1996. The victims' ages ranged from 15 to 51, with many accusing Jeremy of luring them into small spaces, and I mentioned that earlier. The Rainbow Bar and Grill, allegedly the former adult film star alleged hunting ground, was the Rainbow Room Bar and Grill, I guess, yeah. Who is currently being sued by several women for negligence over Jeremy's alleged behavior there, according to the Rolling Stone magazine, who I spotted in this live stream. In February, the skin flick icon was committed to state mental health hospital in California after Superior Court Judge Ronald Harris ruled Jeremy not competent to assist in his defense. When he was arrested 2 years ago, I said I would be found innocent, Goldfarb told the Associated Press via email. 2 years have now passed, and the additional discovery I received. I believe that he would have been found innocent. It's unfortunate due to his mental health condition that he cannot go to trial. I highly doubt that. I highly, highly doubt that. I do have a couple more clips. That was from the New York Times. Here we have NPR News. Now, can you imagine what these women are going through? Saying, okay, we know this happened. Where did I lost someone? They know that it happened, but yet he's claiming to be incompetent, so they can't convict him. That makes no sense. It says in the NPR news says that he has dementia. It says they were aware of the condition before us getting involved. They were also aware of that he had dementia. I'm so very disappointed that they didn't solve it beforehand. The spokesman for Los Angeles County District Attorney told the Times that the prosecutors had no record showing Jeremy had dementia when the charges were brought against him. So if he didn't have dementia when the charges were brought against him, then he should still be able to be convicted regardless of his mental status.
Right. He would have given a statement at that time. And he would have been eligible to give a conscious statement.
Correct.
I just found something more disturbing when you get a second too. Jesus.
I also hashtagged the Me Too in the stream. Anyone is welcome to come up if they would like to speak their piece on this topic. So it says among the high-profile people who were accused of sexual misdeeds as a result of the Me Too movement, I guess financier Jeffrey Epstein, who died in prison in 2019 before he could go to trial on sex trafficking charges. So high-profile people typically get away with a lot because they are high-profile people. And law enforcement wants to say they wouldn't do that. They're a high-profile person. I am aware of an incident that happened with one female, and she was gang raped by a few of the Raiders football players that were never convicted. So just because they're a high-profile person doesn't mean that they can't commit bad crimes. And they can't commit crimes against children. Doesn't mean they can't commit crimes against women or men. Go ahead, B.
Oh, I'll give you one guess as to what his chosen career was before he got into the adult industry.
What was that?
He was a school teacher.
Imagine that.
Yep. I also saw a thing that said he is credited with being with on film in over 2,100 films, which is just insane. Can you imagine what these people that have been assaulted have to their thoughts and maybe worries that would have went? I mean, obviously they were assaulted to begin with, but someone that's been in 2,100 films has a good possibility of passing along something. I understand they test, but come on. That's insane. And these are, I mean, and you're just touching on a small portion of the people that he was convicted of. Like I said, I found them. I just went to Google and typed in Ron Jeremy accused of an assault, and it came up with like pages and pages and pages of different women. They're different. It's not the same person.
Welcome in, John Smokes. Oh, Lady O, it's good to see you. Get to know said he will be back in just a moment. Watcher, you're welcome to come up if you would like to. If you have a channel, please drop your link in chat.
Also, I wonder if the victims get a chunk of his. I just looked at his net worth, and they said he's also worth about $4 million still.
Crazy, because he used to be a limo driver for the Bunny Ranch. So he might have been able to finally collect. I mean, like, why would he do that? If he was a multimillionaire, why would he want to be a limo driver? Makes no sense to me.
Get trapped in the car with more girls.
So someone else I believe I've mentioned to you was John Bobbitt, was also a limo driver for the Bunny Ranch. And I can only assume this is completely access. Exactly. Having access to these women.
Yeah, because, I mean, what does he say? What does he get accused of raping a prostitute?
Yeah, how does he... That's exact. Like, that would be his defense. That would be his defense. That never happened. Here, let's play this short vid.
Porn star Ron Jeremy has been declared mentally incompetent to stand trial for rape and other sex charges. The announcement was made by a spokesperson for the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office on Tuesday. The 69-year-old had been facing charges in Los Angeles involving 21 women. In August 2021, he had pleaded not guilty to more than 30 counts of sexual assault, including 12 of rape, over a 23-year period. The alleged offences took place at nightclubs and bars in the Los Angeles area during a photo shoot and at Jeremy's home, the district attorney's office said. He has been in prison since his arrest in June 2020. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Ronald S. Harris said in a hearing that he had determined, based on reports from prosecutors in Jeremy's defense, that the actor suffered from incurable neurocognitive decline, according to the Associated Press. Jeremy's attorney had told the court in March 2022 that his client had been unable to recognize him at one visit. Jeremy was among the biggest names in the adult film industry, appearing in more than 2,000 movies starting in the 1970s.
Roll tape and rolling.
I was like, I need to pause.
Porn star.
I need to pause because I didn't want it to play something that would get me into trouble. Welcome up, Watcher of Crazy.
Hey, so it's been so long since I've paid attention to the news. I didn't even know that this dipstick got arrested in 2020 for this, but I'm utterly appalled that he is set in prison or jail for how many years? 2 now?
3 almost.
Yeah, because he's been in since 20. He got indicted, I believe it was accused in 2020, indicted in 2021, and is 20.
And then pled guilty in 2021.
Mm-hmm. No, pled not guilty.
Oh, not guilty. Sorry. I don't understand why they don't either chemically castrate these fools or literally physically castrate them. I don't get it. Like, can you imagine? And I heard B say a while ago he was a school teacher to begin with. Mm-hmm. Like before he went into the adult industry, the limo driver was access. He had access to women. Mm-hmm. And then just imagine.
You have to think of, so Watcher, just think these women in that type of industry are like, they want to become movie stars. They're not really, they're there because they make good money, but they're there because they want to get somewhere else.
Right.
And they think that it's access. So, if they're already a legal prostitute, Nevada does have legal prostitution. If they are a legal prostitute, they're like, well, maybe I can get into the porn industry. If they're an entertainer, dancer, whatever, they're like, well, maybe I can get into film. I believe that you probably heard Mark discuss this before, that he met quite a few women in the film industry out of that kind of industry. So, it was like their stepping stone into something else. And then they find themselves in certain types of positions with gentlemen like this.
Yeah. And I do wonder how much of his mental decline is like drug induced. Mm-hmm. And I know that they test, right? But let's say that you have syphilis and it's not treated.
Years.
Yeah. And the tertiary stage of that is where it starts attacking your brain and your organs. And it basically, you lose your mind. And so, I wonder all these kind of things about this kind of stuff, because you see these people and, you talk about people that have money and that have fame or whatever. They're the ones that, I'm not going to say that they're more likely to do it, but they get away with it more because of the money, because of the influence, because of the notoriety. Yep. And it's just sad. It's really, really sad that God only knows how many women were truly victims of this man.
And that's what I was getting at. These are just the people that he was convicted from in LA. Like I said, I did a 30-second Google search and found Nevada. And they're not just porn stars. They're models. So it's very attractive women that he's going after. Some as young as a 15-year-old at a party. Now, I agree that a 15-year-old shouldn't be at a party with adults, but at the same time, me as an adult,
15.
Exactly. As an adult, if I see a little girl, if I see an 18-year-old, I look at her and say, gee, I work with 18-year-old girls at my job. And when I see them, I still look at them as, holy shit, she
kids.
may be a good looking girl, but she's a child.
Right.
I mean, I see the way they act. They don't act like adults. A child. As I get older, I've come to realize that people that say, "Oh, I thought she was older," you are full of shit. As you get older, whether someone's an adult or a child very quickly by the way they behave and the way they act. So 15 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, that is,
Well,
there's no way a
that's not even to
15.
think about the people that he's encountered in his everyday life outside of the industry itself.
Well, that's what I was saying. Some of these, like one woman,
Just as food for thought. Anybody that knows who this person is knows that he is known to be
Mm-hmm.
hung like a donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after you ingest that thought, could you imagine, and this includes 12 counts of forcible rape by someone hung like a donkey. It's not like they were hung like a Vienna sausage.
Right. Yeah. I just
Regardless, I'm
disgusting.
not saying it's okay for someone with smaller phallus. Okay, what I'm saying is when someone of his size makes it all the worse, the damage that it does to the female's internal organs is what I was getting at.
Right.
Go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
the article I was just reading a moment ago just made comments about that. I mean, without getting into too much detail, they use the term nearly a foot.
Wow.
That's damaging to anybody.
Yeah. I'm sorry. As a woman, I wouldn't want something that size. Period.
It's
I
making my
just
skin
wouldn't.
hurt. Sorry, guys. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
oh.
there's nothing that is a turn on about that. There's nothing that's exciting about that. All I think is stay away from me with that thing, you know? And to think that you would have to, you know, someone would have to accept that by force. Oh, hell to the no.
That's why they brought it up in the comments, as they were describing the physical pain that the woman claimed that she had been through.
Yeah.
I mean, this
The count
this
is
I'm only using claim because it
Right.
never went to court.
Alleged.
Yes.
and now they can't convict him because they're saying that he's mentally unstable.
So
On
what are they going to do with it?
Oh, they sent him home.
Shut the fucking door.
No, they sent him home, Watcher.
See, this is when I think that our Second Amendment rights should come into play. I'm sorry, but I do.
The
That's
counts
the-
against Jeremy include 12 of forcible rape, 7 of forcible oral copulation. So down the throat.
Mhm.
Is that what that means? Down the
Mhm.
throat?
Yep.
A foot
Yep.
down the throat? 6
Wow.
of sexual battery and 2 of penetration while the victim was asleep or unconscious.
Oh wow.
More than likely unconscious.
I don't know how long they had to for them to be unconscious and take 12 inches. I hate to be graphic, but you guys, come on. He would have had to sedate them.
Mm-hmm. Sounding a lot like Bill Cosby.
This sounds more like necrophilia to me because I would have to be dead to
Yeah,
not wake up.
that's crazy. Hey, I hate to jump, but I just wanted to come up and say that, but I got to run. I'll be listening in the background.
Okay, darling, you're welcome up anytime.
All right. Thank you, love. Y'all have a great day. B, it was good seeing you.
Yep.
The alleged offenses took place at nightclubs. We've already gone over that. It says took places at nightclubs, bars in Los Angeles area during a photo shoot and at Jeremy's home, the district attorney said. Okay, that was that one. This is the part where he has been released to his private residence. If I can get it to load. I have the circle of death. Um, so it states that porn star, this is the New York Post again, has been released to his private residence amid rape case deteriorating health. And I will play this video as soon as it loads. I don't believe I've played this one yet. It's still spinning. And I think I'm frozen. Ay, Chihuahua. So, B, while this is still loading, what do you think?
I think this is bullshit. Like I said, if I went out and committed a crime and I was accused of it multiple times, chances are pretty good I did that same crime multiple times. At the same time, if I committed these crimes for 30 years straight and then finally get caught and plead, oh, I got dementia or whatever the case may be, now you get a get out of jail free card. I mean, I'd still be the same person that committed them. What if it was murder? Oh, I raped somebody, but I don't remember it, so therefore I didn't do it. It doesn't work that way. You're still a danger, just because if anything, it makes you more dangerous, not less.
I couldn't imagine being a nurse knowing he's capable of this. Just saying. Like if I had to be his nurse.
Oh yeah. And then what if he does commit again? I mean, let's be real. When he commits again, what is it? Do they say, "Oh, well, he doesn't know what he's doing. He thought she was willing. Get out of here." Like I said, if the allegations are legitimate, he's more dangerous.
Well, I believe it is very feasible that these allegations are legitimate because I know women that have been assaulted by him.
Like I said, so
So I could very well believe that this is very true. Like
I guess
because I've heard of other stories in other
Right.
places.
Right, I worded that incorrectly, I guess. What if his diagnosis is legitimate? Let's be real. He was convicted of the crime. So let's not sugarcoat that. But if he's convicted of this crime and his diagnosis is legitimate, that he's mentally incapable.
But they said the DA said that he did not have dementia previous to this when he was
Right.
originally indicted.
Right.
There was no symptoms of it.
That's what I'm getting at.
So
If,
why is he not convictable now?
exactly. If I'm a convicted murderer and I kill 35 people,
You mean indicted?
uh,
Because he's not been convicted. He is yet to be convicted.
Okay, if I'm indicted on murder and they say that I've killed 35 people with thousands more that said I tried to kill them. And then they say, "Oh, he's got dementia. We can't charge him." Wouldn't that
Yeah.
make me even more dangerous? I don't know if I really did it or not. Maybe I made it up. Maybe I didn't. I mean, let's be people with my mom. When my parents retired, they both went to go work at senior centers with people that have dementia. These people were absolutely out of their mind half the time. They were a danger to themselves. Imagine now you take those same people and you introduce the fact that they were a danger to the public prior. Those people need 24-hour monitoring. They have to be monitored 24 hours a day around the clock. Now they're saying someone that was this dangerous before needs that same monitoring, but he can do it from home. I mean, look at the news. Every day there's an old person that came up missing. They wandered away from a senior center or something along those lines. It's on TV all the time. If he's truly that out of his mind and he's in that state, wouldn't that person be even more dangerous right now?
Exactly. I'm biting my nails too, Ryan. Welcome in, traveling fools. It's good to see you. So here it states Ron Jeremy, the former porn star accused of sexually assaulting multiple women, will be released from jail to his private residence as his health worsens nearly a year after he was formally declared incompetent to stand trial. A California judge granted the 70-year-old's request to be placed in private residence to receive round-the-clock medical care after no medical facility will take him because they're probably worried of what could happen, or they don't believe that he's mentally incapacitated.
And that's just it. Why does a medical facility not want to take him?
That should be a sign because he is a risk and a danger to everyone.
There are medical correctional facilities that take in some of the there's one not far from my home. There's a correctional facility just for people who are mentally ill. So I don't get it. There are sick people in this world. Jeffrey Dahmer found a place for them to take him, but this guy can't. What is so? It's bullshit.
Wow. So I don't know if you can see this section right here. It says, I feel badly that this is where we are, but it is beyond our control. His mental and physical condition deteriorated rapidly. Interesting. And we are left with no other options, he wrote. I am sorry that we couldn't get complete justice for you in court. That is the judicial system.
So a man with $4 million net worth clearly can't be in control of his money. So who's taking care of his estate?
And he says,
Again, there's too many things here that don't make sense. I mean, we start off with the fact that if he truly has that medical issue, he's more dangerous because he could do something. He could make the BS comment that he thought one of these women was his wife.
Yeah.
And, I
And
thought
I
I
mean,
married
if
her.
what if he has a male nurse that's tending to him? I thought he was a woman. Again, this goes back to the he, she pronoun thing. Well, technically the pronoun is she, but he's a he, or he's a she, or she's a he.
And technically,
I don't
he's still
know.
just dangerous.
It disturbs me that he's claiming insanity and he's getting away with it. So he could have the luxury of sitting at home having steak dinner when no one's looking.
Right. He's getting his
Again,
conjugal fix at home.
yeah. Because there's still going to be women that think they're going to get his money or part of the fame.
Right.
They're still going to go visit him.
There is still that whole $4 million estate.
Yep. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And like I said, who controls that money if he's not if he's too incompetent to stand trial? Clearly, he can't control that money.
Yeah, I don't know. You would think if he is mentally unstable that he would have to have what is it called? B
Conservatorship.
Conservatorship. Yeah.
I mean, they put what's that girl's Britney Spears on one, and she doesn't. I mean, she appears to be a little off, but nowhere near as crazy as the guy that commits all these crimes. Yet they both would have the same freedoms. Like I said, I mean, you can Google search just his name and assault, and it's insane the amount of charges that pop up. Like I said, you mentioned that he was just accused in L.A. I mean, they're
So
all over
to
the
answer
country.
so to answer your question, it says Ron Jeremy's sister Susan Balot requests judge to appoint conservator for dementia-ridden porn star. Yeah, so that will snap him out of it quick if he thinks he's going to lose his money. She filed that petition on March 2nd.
It's his sister. She's going to do everything that he asked her to.
Trust and Will's lawyer to be Jeremy's conservator. Oh, for her to be his conservator. To cover the star's health and finances. So he says nominates Ellen S. Finksburg to act as temporary and permanent. Who's Ellen S. Finksburg?
I don't know.
That's who's the conservator. Let's find out. Copy. And what is her relation to this person? Yeah. Okay, so she's a licensed attorney. Yeah, she's a licensed attorney.
Oh. Wonder if it's an attorney that represented him. I mean, convenient that the attorney gets, I'll get you out of jail, but you got to pay me.
Yeah, it says Ron Jeremy charged with sexually assaulting 4 women. Angry internet calls him Donald Trump of porn stars.
I'm telling you, when you Google his name, it is insane.
Ooh. Hold on.
Are you looking at donger pics?
No. My computer is cut down. Like no, not gonna happen. My shit is on lockdown. There you go. Did you read the second blue line?
No. What does that say?
I need to make it bigger.
Oh, come on.
I'll just pass that up like it didn't happen. So they were going to send him to a state hospital, and instead he requested to be sent home to his,
as most prisoners would.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I had to do time, I want to do it at home where I can have filet mignon every night. And it says that he was diagnosed with symptoms, only symptoms of Lewy body dementia. Only symptoms. He does not say that he was diagnosed with it. It says he was diagnosed with symptoms of. So they found him incompetent.
I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday. I guess that's a symptom as well. Come on.
It says, as per Jeremy's doctor, he does not have issues related to mood, his current deficits of, neurocognitive rather than psychiatric. The physician further added, the patient has major neurocognitive disorder that is degenerative and progressively getting worse, as per the outlet. While the character and the estimated value of property is estate was allegedly worth $635,000. The real worth of his property is estimated at $2.8 million. Oh, that's not saying much. Not for California. Mariah on fire. Welcome in, Mariah. Oh, other cases of stars in conservatorship. Like you said, Britney Spears. I believe she's the only other person I've heard of that had to have a conservatorship that she actually went to court to get out of.
Yeah,
didn't she?
Yeah, she got out of it. Yeah.
Wow.
And coincidentally, maybe he'll do the same thing after a specific amount of time, but then
after he's no longer convictable.
Yeah.
After the statute of limitations, then he'll say, I mean, that I have to think that way. That's just the way my brain has to think is there is probably a statute of limitations. You cannot be charged with the same crime twice unless there is new not allegations, but like new criminal evidence that comes to fruition for him to be recharged. So it would be like someone else would have to come into the picture and say, hey,
I have a videotape of him doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, while I was unconscious.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I will keep an eye on this like I do most things and see where it takes us as far as if he's being released from these charges in whole, if the case will be dropped. It says the case is frozen, so it's not over, but it's not completed. So I'm very curious of how liberal California will handle such issues. I am doing great. Harley Dad, good to see you. Harley Dad. Are you familiar with our topic today? You're welcome to come up if you like. Mariah, you're welcome to come up if you like. I just want to hear other people's input because, you know, when I came across it, I was like, are you kidding me?
I mean, like I said, it sounds like a BS scam to me, but.
Same. Harley Dad, do you know who we're talking about? Get to know is back. Welcome up, darling.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to run the library.
What do you think as a whole?
I think our judicial system's disgusting. Like, there's no reason, there's no logical or reasonable explanation that they can come up with for me to ever agree with what they're doing is right. There's no reason why he should be out of prison or any of that shit. Like, there's not. It's irritating. It's frustrating. It just shows exactly how much injustice there really is in this country.
Exactly. So what do you think about my news shows? I'm going to do my early afternoon shows, late morning shows. It's going to be Coffee and Criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd run with it.
And then, of course, my late night, more creepy stories with Inky. Um, don't forget, we have bingo. We need to get back on bingo. So for those that want to play bingo, let
I'll
me
be at
know.
work.
I know B's back to work, so B won't be able to join us for during the week bingo. So I'd have to do it on the weekends for B to join us for bingo. Um,
You could do a
I'm
Sunday night.
Yeah, I could probably do Sunday, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday bingo. I just think that's all back to back. That's why I was trying to spread it out over the week.
Right.
But we could talk about it if anyone that is interested. Send me an email. Let me know. Taintedinkinc at Gmail or Araya at taintedink.org. Wow. I am so flabbergasted. Like I think I'm like shell shocked right now that like I want to cry. And so like I have to keep coming off cam because like I want to cry that our judicial system is being so laxed right now.
Yeah.
But it's the
Can
way
you
our
imagine? Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. So say for instance, my daughter's situation. I just lost B. For instance, my daughter's situation.
Right.
And she gets to convict him, and all of a sudden he claims insanity. Well, he wasn't insane when it happened for 4 years.
Yeah. Where's the difference? I mean, yeah, this opens up a opportunity for all kind of unprecedented shit that we haven't had to deal with yet,
Exactly. And you know how they say, you're setting the world, that you're setting an example for our country. And this is not a good example to be setting.
No, by all means. It's just showing pigs like him that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. Especially if you got a little bit of money in your pocket.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So when are you going live again?
I have a live plan for this evening, but I'm not sure. I got to look and see what time it is. I got some. My kids have a couple appointments out of town today, so I totally spaced off about everything. Later on today, I'll be going later on. I'll be going live later on today.
So you
And
will
then
be
again,
going live today, or?
yeah, I will. It probably won't be until later this evening, but I'll be going live later on today.
Okay.
It's MMIW Mondays, So,
Okay.
hey,
Well,
how's
let
that?
me know.
How's that GoFundMe going?
Yeah, we still need to do that live and build you a GoFundMe. Traveling Fool says classic case of misusing the judicial system. I know he said justice system, but I get it. I can read typo errors. I'm phenomenal
Yeah,
for them.
yeah,
Because I get all excited about saying something and I'm like trying to like type it out and I don't think about rereading it before I hit send. So I am like the queen of typos. I know, and it probably aggravates a lot of people. They'll be like, I have no idea what she's trying to say right now, but it must be important because it's a mess.
yeah, yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah. It could be some of my ADHD. It says, sorry, driving and listening. I get a lot of it from when I do voice to text because I have a little bit of a list. So sometimes voice to text doesn't pick up what I say correctly. And then it'll send it before I went back and read it. Yeah. So when I do voice to
Yeah,
text, I have to talk like almost like an ebonics, like, like really enunciate what I'm saying.
yeah.
Oh, it's okay, traveling fools. I'm just happy to have you here. Harley Dad, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you get to know. I will put it on my community page when I find out when Get to Know is going live today. And then we will do a live tonight on Civics 101 Part 2. That is this evening. And it'll be after Get to Know show. So whenever Get to Know goes on, I will come on after.
Oh,
Well, I like to catch your show, and sometimes I don't get. I think I'm gonna have to like unsubscribe and resubscribe because
yeah.
sometimes I don't get notifications. Like I haven't been getting Ryan's notifications. So sometimes you have to unsubscribe to someone and resubscribe so you get all their
Yeah.
new notifications. I think it just gets kind of mixed up if you have a bunch of people that you watch. Um, and it goes by who you watch the most. So, like, say you get on a different topic and you start watching that a lot, you'll start missing some of the important people that you do enjoy watching because you've been off on another topic. So,
Yeah.
I'm learning that the hard way because I'm like, I'm not getting this person's notifications. I'm not getting this person's notifications. Like, I didn't know Amy was on last night until like I went back through and started scrolling through everybody that was live. It wasn't
Yeah.
on the you know how, like, if you do it on a computer, it has the little boxes of who's live?
Mhm.
No, I had to find her in the sidebar. So it aggravates me sometimes. So, yeah. For those of your favorite people that you like to watch, make sure that um, regularly unsubscribe and resubscribe, and then take all notifications so you still get to see them when you get the notification that they're going live. Yeah. I noticed that when I was really sick and I wasn't streaming as often, uh people were like, I didn't get the notification. And I noticed I had a lot less people in here and I was like, what's going on? Yeah. Because they start watching other stuff and it changes up the algorithm.
Yep. Yep. I
Mhm.
just usually always unsubscribe is whenever I catch somebody's live, I'll just go and unsubscribe and then resubscribe real quick. It seems to work
Maybe I
really
should
well.
make that part of my opening spiel. Unsubscribe, resubscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Yep. Are you smoking right now?
No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. It's probably doing wonders for my arteries.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just sending them or shrinking them right up there for you.
I know. You got onto me last time I was doing it.
I got on to you last night about it too, and you didn't even pay attention to me.
Yeah, I did. I said, nope, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Yeah, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Maybe after things calm down, then I can go back to my not smoking thing. Plus I have to have another visit with my um vascular surgeon. Which kind of sucks because my case was put on hold that I had to postpone anything that had to do with my health because I can't risk being in the hospital or something happening to me in the interim. So, yeah. Anyways, enough about me. I don't like talking about me. Let's talk about Get to Know's GoFundMe for his BBL. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
that's
do
it.
that after our civics class today. We'll do the GoFundMe. Or should we do the GoFundMe first?
I don't care.
Either way, you decide. I could change up times as long as it's before we're live because then I can't edit it.
Let me see. Let me see what time I got my live schedule.
He's like, let me check my calendar.
Let me see what kind of time frame I got here.
He's going to scratch me into his appointment book.
It's a 6. Well, I'm gonna have to move it. I'm gonna have to move it because their appointments are at 4 and 5, right? That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both an hour long. So I won't even be leaving out till 6. So 7:30.
7:30
I
your
go.
time.
Yeah, I can go live at 7:30 my time.
Okay. I can do my civics earlier and then we can do your BBL after you get back.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's good.
I can totally do that.
Okay, I'm rescheduling it right now.
Let me find my pen. Where's my pen? Here it is. Okay. So I do have a live. I believe it's at 6:30 today, which would be
5:30 my
civics.
time.
Yeah, so that's at 5:30 your time. So I'll do civics first. So I'll change the schedule for civics for 5:30, which is 4:30 your time. And then you'll go live when you get home. I might make it 5 o'clock. I'll make it 5 o'clock. I'll make it easy. Okay, so we'll be doing Civics 101 at 5 o'clock, which is going to finish the review on the video that we started a couple of days ago. And then Get to Know will be going live. And after Get to Know show, we will be doing his BBL live stream, GoFundMe. So that'll be a hangout, chit chat, cracking jokes. Everyone is welcome. We're just
Oh,
sitting
you had to
around
say cracking,
BS.
huh?
We're cracking jokes. So we can get, we're going to crack jokes so G2K can get a longer crack.
Or just a rounder one. Or just maybe a crack at all, you know?
Yeah, right? After Get to Know's stream. Okay. I have it wrote down. Awesome, awesome. And in the interim, what I'll do is I'll go hang out with Ryan on his stream. Ryan, if you could drop your link. And I'll get some COD in. Yeah. It's Thanksgiving weekend, everybody. So enjoy your week, your Thanksgiving holiday.
Hell yeah. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Exactly. Get to Know, I appreciate you being up here with me. And I will touch base on this topic next week or so when we have some updates on what's going on when he's actually released and back home. B said, sorry, his power went out. Oh, B, he must be having storms where he's at. I was having that issue the other day. But I love you all. Mwah. I will see you all at 5 o'clock this evening. So in about 4 hours and 50 minutes.
All righty.
Okay, okay. You too, hon. Mwah.
All right. Mwah.
I love you all. Stay tuned for today's later events. Some exciting events coming up. We'll be finishing that video, like I said, and then we'll be having a live stream after Get to Knows on his GoFundMe for his BBL. Check out the intro. Check out the outro. Stay and watch the outro. It's a meaningful thing. I put a lot of work into that.